Story 1, The Closing Shift. My name's Jake. I'm 24 years old, and up until a few months ago, I was working as an assistant manager at a McDonald's just outside of town. Nothing special about the place. Same dull music, same greasy smell, same half-dead lighting. But one night changed everything for me, and I haven't stepped foot in a McDonald's since. It was a Sunday night, around 1 a.m. We closed at 2, and the only other person on shift with me was a new guy, Sam. Quiet kid, maybe 19 or 20, barely knew how to use the fryer. Rain was coming down hard outside. You know that kind of rain that sounds like fingernails tapping the roof? It was that kind of night. It was dead slow. No customers, just us, wiping down counters and trying to stay awake. At around 1:20, Sam came over to me looking a little freaked out. He said, "Hey, is someone still in the bathroom?" I looked up. The men's bathroom door was closed, but I didn't remember anyone going in there. We hadn't had a customer in nearly 40 minutes. I pulled up the entrance camera feed, nothing. No one had come in since 12:40. I walked over and knocked on the door. "Hello? We're closing soon. Everything okay in there?" No response. I knocked again, then heard something. Not a flush, not the sink. It was more like a low groan, long, drawn out, almost like someone was in pain, or maybe not even human. Sam looked at me, and he was pale. "Dude, check the cameras again." We went to the office and rewound the security feed from the lobby. There it was, the bathroom door slowly opening and then closing. But no one was there. I mean, no one. The door opened by itself, and then, just for a second, something moved. An impossible shadow, tall, thin, and fast, glided across the hallway wall like it was cast by a person. But there was no one standing there to cast it. It moved toward the kitchen, then vanished. My heart was pounding. I grabbed the key and walked to the bathroom, Sam following behind me. I unlocked the door and slowly pushed it open. The light inside was on, the air was cold, and the bathroom was completely empty, except for one thing. On the mirror were the words, "I see everything." It wasn't written in marker or lipstick. It looked like it had been scratched into the glass, but the mirror wasn't fogged up. There was no steam. It was a cold night, and the air was dry. We didn't say anything. We just cleaned up and got the hell out. The next day, Sam transferred to a different location. I never saw him again. I lasted maybe 3 more weeks, until one night, while I was closing alone, I saw something in the reflection of the register screen. It was standing behind me, a tall, dark figure, completely still. I turned around. Nothing. But I swear to God, I know it's still in there, and it was never just in the bathroom. Story 2, The Woman at 317. My name's Mark. What I'm about to tell you happened about 2 years ago, when I was working overnight shifts at a 24-hour McDonald's just outside Portland. It wasn't a bad job. Mostly quiet, predictable. Same people, same late-night regulars. But then she started showing up, and everything changed. It was a Wednesday night, or more accurately, Thursday morning. I remember the time exactly, 3:17 a.m. I was filling out the cleaning log near the registers when I saw someone walk in. It was a woman, slow steps, long gray coat with a hood pulled over her head. I thought she might have been homeless, but there was something off. She didn't smell, didn't look dirty, just out of place, like she didn't belong in this time. She walked up to the counter without making a sound. I greeted her, but she didn't respond. Then, in this Soft, almost mechanical whisper, she said, "Just a Coke, that's all." I gave her the drink. She took it and sat at table 7, way in the back corner, and just stared at it. Didn't drink it, didn't touch it, just stared for like 20 minutes. Then she got up and walked out. Didn't say a word. Weird, but whatever. I tossed the Coke and went back to cleaning. The next night, same thing. Exactly 3:17 a.m. I was mopping the kitchen when I heard the door chime. I looked up. It was her. Same coat, same blank stare, same whisper. "Just a Coke, that's all." Every night after that, she came in, always at the same exact time, always the same drink, always table 7, and she never took a single sip. One night, I finally asked my co-worker who worked the earlier shift, "Hey, did you see that woman come in last night?" He just looked at me confused. "What woman?" he said. "You were the only one here last night." I thought he was messing with me, but I checked the security footage, and that's when I lost it. The video showed me walking to the fountain machine, pouring a Coke, carrying it to table 7, and setting it down in front of no one. The table was completely empty, but there I was, nodding, talking like someone was sitting right there. But there wasn't. There never was. And yet, I saw her. I spoke to her. I didn't finish that shift. I clocked out and never went back. Sometimes I still drive past that McDonald's on late nights. I can't help it. And when I do, I glance through the window at the back corner, table 7. And sometimes, I swear, I can see a shape, a woman sitting alone, staring at a full cup, like she's still waiting, still watching. Story 3, The Glitched Recording. My name's David, and a few years ago, I worked night security at a McDonald's in an industrial area outside of Cleveland. The restaurant closed at midnight, and I'd stay behind alone, sitting in a tiny back office watching the security feeds and doing walkthroughs every hour or so. It was quiet, too quiet sometimes. The kind of silence where even the buzzing of a light feels loud. One night in February, I was in the office with a cup of coffee watching the monitors. There were 3, one for the main entrance, one for the dining area, and one for the kitchen. Everything looked normal until I noticed something strange. One of the chairs in the dining room was knocked over. It hadn't been like that earlier. I'd done a walkthrough less than 10 minutes before, and everything was clean and in place. At first, I figured maybe I'd missed it, or maybe someone from the earlier shift left it like that. But just to be sure, I pulled up the security footage from about an hour before, and that's when things got weird. I scrubbed through the dining room camera. Around 12:47 a.m., all the chairs were where they should be. Nothing moved. No one entered or left. Then suddenly, the screen glitched. Not a full cut, just a quick digital flicker, like when a file gets corrupted. And after that tiny glitch, one chair was just on its side. No one touched it. No one was even there. I thought maybe the system had messed up. But I checked the other cameras, the entrance and the kitchen. During that same time, no glitch, no interruption, no one on any camera. Just that one feed, just that one chair. The next night, I decided to leave a small audio recorder under one of the booths near that table. I didn't expect much. Maybe some noises from the fridge or AC. The next day, I listened to it. Hours of silence. Then, right at 12:47 a.m., there's a sound, a sharp, metallic scraping, like fingernails dragging across a tray. Then a breath, long, slow, uncomfortably close to the mic, like someone was leaning right into it. But the dining area was locked, and I was the only one in the building. And when I did my walkthrough at 1 a.m., that same damn chair was knocked over again. No one ever believed me. I didn't bother telling my supervisor. They already thought I was weird for staying up and watching static. But every single night after that, something would happen near that same table. One night, it was a fork clattering to the floor. Another night, the bathroom light flicked on for exactly 3 seconds, then off again. Always around 12:47 a.m. Always just subtle enough to make me question if I was losing it. I quit that job quietly a few weeks later, never gave a reason, and I never went back. Not because I'm afraid of what I'll see, but because I'm scared something from that place might have followed me home.